Hi, Tim Georgeff here, episode 5, and just finishing up at the gym today, and I noticed that the parking lot was fairly empty and there's not as much going on at the gym. It's a Monday, the last week of January, and a lot of people have broken their resolutions already. A lot of new faces in the gym the first couple of weeks, and then they start slowly disappearing and back to just the regulars who I see on a regular daily basis. So a lot of broken resolutions going on right now, and that's sort of my focus of topic today is going to be resolution versus procrastination. People ask me a lot, how do you do everything it is that you do? How do you find time for everything besides, just doing a huge number of gigs, being involved in my own, musical and creative work, do creative work for some large theme and amusement parks and also some churches and, also maintaining family time, personal time, time to go to the gym, time to, do all the things that life requires. And, there's a couple answers to that, but I think most importantly is that I'm convicted and I do not procrastinate. And so what we need to discuss today is, first of all, on the resolution side of things. What is a resolution? Well, resolution is something you might make, going into a new year, or maybe you just a resolution you're going to make for a certain week or for a certain month. Diets are often a resolution. Fitness is a resolution. Practicing your instrument could be a resolution. Anything could go along, just about anything in life. But the problem with resolutions is they're often broken, and that's because the resolution we set out is way too big a task. And it's hard to be convicted in a resolution when you're not seeing the results you want to see. So that's the danger of a resolution, just, overall, overarching resolution. Now, I did make a big resolution to myself this year that I was going to be more focused on my fitness and diet. And by staying convicted to that, I've lost 10 pounds in the month of January. Yay me. But there's still 11 more months to go. So, I need to stay focused on that. Now, let's contrast the resolution and being convicted in resolutions and breaking resolutions to procrastination. Procrastination is just not getting around to something. You're going to do it eventually. But, procrastination could be something as simple as not doing the laundry till it's overflowing from the basket, or not doing the grocery shopping until the refrigerator is completely empty, not practicing your music until the day of the gig, or not getting the gig information on the calendar until the day of the gig. There's procrastination. You're going to get the job done eventually. You're just not doing it at the optimal time. And by doing that, you're not doing the job as well as you could have as if you started earlier. So, resolution, procrastination. So now, what does that mean for us as a musician? Well, we need to be resolved to not procrastinate and set ourselves up with tasks that are achievable and sustainable and goals that we can meet and feel success with. Now, the way I do that is by making lists. And that might sound really boring and simple, but let's take a step back in time here. When I was in high school, and I had a ton of stuff going on. I was playing multiple sports in high school. I was involved in the show choir and the marching band. I had all my own practicing to do for my piano. I was involved in multiple things. Just, I had friends and a life and all these things I wanted to do. And managing all that time was getting difficult, especially towards the end of my high school years. So my mom sent me to a Franklin Planner class. Now, what a yawn, right? But actually really helped me. And it was amazing. The people that were in that class, they were CEOs, salespeople, students, corporate, people that were working corporate jobs, just about anybody you can imagine in this class. And it wasn't just about taking and sticking things in a calendar and time slots. It was really more about learning how to prioritize the tasks that were ahead of you and then actually setting those up in a way that were achievable, where you could feel success. So what I took away from that class was making a list of things that I needed to do and prioritizing them so that I could get them done. And how I've applied that to now, like how I operate, is I typically set out a month of goals that I need to achieve. Some of them are big goals, some of them are small goals. And looking at that month-long list of all these tasks and things that I need to get done, it can be daunting. You don't know where to start. And how many of us are overwhelmed? We just say, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. Well, you start by prioritizing that list into things that need to be done sooner versus later, things that need to be done earlier in the month versus later in the month. And then I take those things and I spread them out among the different weeks of the month. So more important tasks that need to be done earlier get dropped into earlier weeks. Things that can wait towards the end of the month get pushed to the later weeks. Then I go even further. I split those weeks up into days. And if you do that in such a way that you put a couple of those tasks in each day, you'll find that you're actually able to get all those goals done in the entire month. Plus, you'll be able to see the results on a daily basis and feel success. And you know what? Feeling success perpetuates wanting to do more. Every time you do something and you say, man, that felt good today to get that done, you want to do something else tomorrow to have that same feeling. So prioritizing what it is you need to do and putting it into small subgroups of achievable goals is the easiest way to start, energizing and getting yourself into a position of non-procrastination and fulfilling resolutions. So I hope that you stay convicted this year, whatever your resolutions are. I hope that you're not procrastinating and that you're making those phone calls, returning those emails, practicing your instrument, and getting set up on gigs, because you'll find the more convicted you are in your resolutions and not procrastinating, the more success you're going to achieve on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. Can't wait to see you out on the road.